Hi, this is Makona Spokane, the leader and the founder of the Young Men Empowerment Forum. We are dealing with a topic that speaks about hard things that you have to do in order to become a great leader. Tough situations that you have to go through that will make you a great leader. And that's what we're speaking about. And today we embark on part 5 of this great topic. And I want you to go back to the previous recordings that will help you to actually follow this teaching much more better and to learn out of it. So therefore, I want to urge you to go back and look at part 1 through to part 5, and that will help you to gain out of this. But I want to emphasize there are some hard things that you have to do if you have to become a great leader. Because great leaders are not just great leaders for nothing. Great leaders are just not catapulted to that position and without challenges, without problems. They've gone through a lot. They've gone through tough times. They've gone through situations that are difficult. And that is why I want to urge you as a young man to learn to know that things are not going to be smooth as you become a great leader. There are difficult things that you have to go through. There are hard things that you have to stomach and do. And those things, they will help you to become a great leader. And that's why we're dealing with that today. So you have to meet deadlines that are unreasonable. And you have to deliver results that are unparalleled still to become a great leader. There are deadlines that are sounding unreasonable. You're having a lot of work, but you're given short time, this deadline. You have to deliver this project in a day. And you know this project should actually take about 7 days in normal sense. But they want this project to be delivered in 1 day. And this is the reason why, even when you are at school as a young man, you realize that teachers were pushing you in doing so much homeworks, a lot of homeworks, a lot of projects as well, within short space of time. They were trying or testing your resolute. They were actually developing you to become a great leader. They were actually pushing you to learn to deliver deadlines at a very short space of time. Now, this is actually great leaders. Great leaders are able to think out of the box and be able to deliver things out of the box. And that is why you'll see this, that great leaders are not having a problem if you ask them to rise up and deliver speech in the midst of people without having been warned. And I'm sure you've seen that. Now, as a young man, you need to step up to this, whereby even in occasions, maybe in a wedding somewhere, and somebody didn't pitch up, and they're picking you up to become a speaker of that day, even though you were not part of the program, and you rise up and speak authentically and succinctly and well, you are therefore showing up to become a great leader. You're having a potential of becoming a great leader because here you're meeting deadlines that are unreasonable and you are basically delivering results that are unparalleled. So you are able to deliver results even in a short space of time, and even though you were pressurized, but you are able to do so. Now, great leaders, you'll realize that they never complain when they're given short time or a very short deadlines as well. And they are not complaining when they're given tight deadlines. And because they are resolute, they are able to think out of the box, they are able to push themselves, they are able not to sleep at that particular time to make sure that they push these deadlines and deliver results that are unparalleled. That's sign of becoming a great leader. And I want to urge you as a young man that these are tough things, but please make sure that you rise up above them. When there are deadlines, don't complain, don't grumble about it, rise up to the occasion, make sure that you deliver unparalleled results, even though in a short space of unreasonable deadlines as well. That's very key that we emphasize that. Also, you have to be accountable for your actions, even when things go wrong. And this is good leadership. This is great leader that will be accountable for their own actions. Accountability is ability to say, yes, I am wrong, and I will correct this. Ability to say, I'm the one who have messed up, but I will clean up the mess. That's accountability. Accountability is ability to say, I point a finger at myself, not at others. That's accountability. Accountability is when I say, this is my responsibility. This is my wrongdoing. And therefore, I'll rise up and correct this mess and this wrongdoing. So all this is what we call accountability. But you're doing, actually, you have to be accountable for your actions even when things go wrong. Now, things are going wrong. Things are not right. But you take accountability still, because there are those that want to take accountability only when things go right, so that they can be seen to be shining. They can be seen to be the heroes of the day. But there are times when you have to rise up and be able to say, I take responsibility. I am accountable for this, even when I'm wrong. And this is the reason why great leaders, when they are accountable for a big mess, maybe something that has led the whole country wrong. We have seen in different governments all over the world, when people have messed up to an extent that they have actually destroyed the trust of the people. Accountability is ability to step down and say, I'm taking a fall on the sword myself, on my own sword, and I am resigning because I've messed up. And this mess that I've messed up is actually affecting majority of the people, or it's affecting the whole entire nation. So therefore, I cannot continue becoming a leader. I want to be accountable, and I want to step down, and I want to allow people that can do better in this particular position to continue doing their job for the sake of the people. So that's great leadership. Now, there are many people that are greedy, leaders that are selfish, leaders that are proud, and they want to actually take things onto themselves, and they want to shine at all times. Even when they are in a mess that needs them to resign, they don't resign because they are proud. They want to start worrying about if I resign, then that means I'm weak. No, you're not becoming weak. You're becoming accountable. Because accountability sometimes is ability to say, let me hand over to someone who can do better. Let me hand over to someone who can be able to push this to make sure that this is successful and be able to push it until it is done. So I cannot do, I've done until this far, but somebody else can do better. That's accountability as well. And I want to urge you as a young man to learn this spirit of accountability, where you will be able to say, this I cannot do, but somebody else can do it better. That is why I'm handing it over to someone else, so that they can do it, because I know they can do it better than I can do. And that is why I want to resign and step down myself and hand over to other people to take charge. And that's very key, and that's very responsible, and that's very accountable as well. And people like this, they live with the head held high. They live with a lot of integrity, highly respected by people when you do that, because accountability boosts also your credibility as well. And people are able to look up to you and say, that man is a man of integrity. So please, as a young man, do so. Make sure that you become accountable. You become actually somebody who steps up and be accountable even when things go wrong. You have to keep moving towards where you want to be, no matter what is in front of you. Now, people with great leadership, people with ability to become, or potential to become, great leaders, you'll realize these are the people that are having resilience. These are the people that will be resilient, people that will continue pushing, people that will keep going, people that will keep doing, people that are having consistency in what they do. And when people are actually great leaders, they know where they want to be. And therefore, they will keep going towards where they want to be, despite of what is ahead of them. Now, as a young man, you would realize that even in your studies, there are times when it was very difficult. There are times when it was looking very impossible that you will succeed. And sometimes you failed many times of a particular subject or a particular course that you failed, but you kept on going because you are having potential to become a great leader. You kept pushing because you knew where you want to be. And even though there are things that are stumbling blocks in front of you, even though there are things that are hindrances in front of you, but great leaders will keep on pushing even when there are hindrances in front of them. Now, hindrances are not permanent. And things that are blockages before you are not permanent. And sometimes some of them are actually perceptive in other ways. In other words, they're based on perception. You see things that you see as hindrances, and some of them, if you keep pushing and do towards the destiny where you're going, you only realize that these are conquerable these things or hindrances. These are hindrances that can move when you approach them. Now, there are doors that will look close until you walk towards them. Like in the shopping malls, I'm sure you've seen that as a young man, that the shopping mall will forever look like it is closed. The doors are closed. But until you go closer to those doors, they will sense you and open. And there are things in life like that that look like hindrances in front of you from far off. But when you approach them, they will give way and they will open up. So please, you have to keep moving towards where you want to be, no matter of what is in front of you. So don't be discouraged by what you see. Don't be discouraged by what people say. Don't be discouraged by what you're faced up with, but push and keep pushing and keep going, even though it looks like it's difficult to do so. I want to end up here today. Your host, Maikona Spokane. Thank you very much once more for listening to us and being part of this great topic. And I hope you've learned quite a bit out of this. I want to urge you to subscribe to our YouTube channel and make sure that you click also that notification button and make sure that you are following us and you are learning out of this and you don't miss any teaching going forward. May the good Lord bless you. Allow me to say cheers for now.